Were you surprised by Paddy's game plan?
I didn't understand his game plan even. He wanted to box with Gaethje, but he couldn't wrestle him, he couldn't box him. He just a little bit young and he has a better chin, but he's a trash can.
Just curious, what did you think about Paddy's chin? Because a lot of people say Justin Gaethje is the hardest hitter they've ever faced.
Yeah, but Paddy got knocked out like 15, 20 times. Yeah, Justin was like 3 or 4 years ago, he was different. Now it's like he's getting old and it's last a couple fights he got.
I just felt like I did enough. I just felt like I did enough to get the job done. Paddy is getting the beat out of him right now. It looks like, Jesus, this might not end well.
I saw what happened, and I won't let it slide. It's not the first time Justin will do such cheap tricks with poking eyes like those. His fight against Paddy will be his last. And UFC is only for the real fighters, not the cheater.
Do not get knocked. That Scouser does not get knocked out. My God.
It was almost like he understood the assignment. We're on Paramount. There's a new network. They're going to be new fans. We need to introduce them to what the UFC is. I think after watching that, everybody that was tuned in are going to be lifelong fans of the UFC. Because on the special nights, there is not a sport in the world that can compare to the UFC, and tonight we have one of those special nights.
Paddy's heart, the grit of this kid. I don't care that he lost the fight. He comes back and murders like most guys.
Yeah.
Like anyone that doesn't have the grit. Like obviously everyone, like myself and everybody else, is worried about how much a fight like this takes out of you. But he's super young.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I think he's young enough to bounce back from a fight like this and to turn it into a superpower moving forward. Because not many people survive Gaethje the way he does, the way he did, or like have moments of greatness late in the fight after taking the hits that he took.
Now that we've closed the book on Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje, fight fans are going at it about whether reality matched what everyone predicted. Some analysts were convinced Paddy's relentless chaos would steamroll everything in sight, but others had complete faith in Justin's calm striking game and perfect timing. These opposing views just made all the post-fight debates even more intense than the actual battle.
In the UFC, you were saying stuff like, well, his entrance is good and it's all well and good to get the fans, but he needs to be able to fight. Obviously, we've seen him have great wins before, but to show the durability he had in that fight tonight, do you feel like even though he lost, he will be considered one of the best in that division moving forward?
No doubt about it. I mean, he was the favorite tonight. I think that's what fucked him. Every other one, he's the underdog and everybody thinks he's going to lose. Tonight, he's the favorite. I don't think that his game plan was the greatest. Obviously, tonight he showed he is tough, he is durable, and almost impossible. I mean, especially against Gaethje. And you're eating those punches from him. You know, it's one thing to say, listen, I'm going to come out. I believe in, say, you know what? It's the third round. I got 2 rounds left. I might want to try to take him down and submit him here.
Way before they locked that cage door, Tim Welch broke down the whole thing by focusing on Justin Gaethje's knack for hurting people right from the opening bell. He explained those calf kicks weren't just random strikes, they were basically investments in future success that would slowly mess with how his opponent moved and balanced, eventually making Justin's boxing way more lethal as rounds ticked by.
Congrats to Justin Gaethje. What an unbelievable performance. Paddy the Paddy, oh my God, he impressed the hell out of me. Incredible. He'll learn from that, but I tell you what, he's got what you can't teach. Heart, great determination, all that shit. Yeah, he can make tweaks. You can put the chin down, you can lift the hands up. What he showed tonight is that he is legit. The man is real, and that's for damn sure. He's at the hospital right now. He'll be fine. They're just checking him out. Gotta say though, well done, Justin Gaethje. He was the
Tim Welch also pointed out something crucial about Paddy Pimblett's biggest weakness. Every single time Paddy got aggressive and started throwing combinations, his chin would follow him straight into the danger zone. Tim was convinced that one perfectly placed counter shot from Justin during those wild exchanges could shut the lights off immediately.
Grappling. He's a very, very good at grappling, and I felt that he deviated from the game plan, meaning that if I was in his corner, you're gonna move one. He's got to keep his hands up here. I like the traditional look where you can move, you can elbow, you throw your right hand, right left, high kick, push kick. You're just way more. This is standard. This is like the best option. But I still feel like he deviated from the game plan where I think he felt that he was going to be able to knock out Justin Gaethje, and I just don't think Paddy Pimblett has that torque. Not saying he can't do it, I just don't think he has the torque to knock out a guy like Justin Gaethje, who's been in wars with guys like Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. Max Holloway's knocked him out. He's knocked out Dustin Poirier. He's been in wars with Eddie Alvarez. He's just been in a lot of wars on the feet. But when you look at some of the things that, Khabib did to Justin Gaethje, he made it look easy. He took him down, past his guard, mounted him.
Building. The breakdown got really interesting because Tim refused to see this as just another striker fighting a grappler. He kept hammering home that extended fights always turn messy and hit the ground eventually, and once that happens, history shows Paddy Pimblett thrives in those situations. What starts as striking trouble quickly becomes exhausting wrestling battles that wear opponents down completely.
The technical aspect to this entire game plan, okay? Gaethje was going to pressure fight him, walking down, guns blazing, turn it into a dogfight, and hopefully he outlasts Paddy, okay? This whole game plan is banking on the fact that he knows he can take more, he can deal more, and he can capitalize on it later in the fight. Okay, because and to be fair, he's got legs to walk with that because he's done it time and time again. And round 3, we saw him be like, okay, I'm gonna take this round off.
I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna stay at mid-range. I'm not gonna walk you down and just let you come back a little bit, try to build some energy. Right? And everyone was worried. Like, honestly, I saw like a glint of disinterest from Gaethje. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was weird. But then round 4 just puts his foot back on the pedal, maybe knowing he's got 2 rounds left. Bar fight Gaethje. It was Gaethje of old. It was so.
This whole dynamic led Tim Welch to call it an incredibly close fight where one clean connection could change everything instantly. Still, he gave Paddy the slight edge overall, figuring that when enough crazy situations develop, Paddy would discover his winning opportunities more frequently, even though none of those opportunities would come easy.
That fucker's right. Scousers do not get knocked out. That Scouser does not get knocked out.
I'm a Scouser. We don't get knocked out. We don't get knocked out. I take that all day.
Hold on. My God. What a fucking gangster.
Obviously delivered in the main event, capped off with a war. Just give us your thoughts on Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett delivering a 5-round battle.
Yeah, I mean, what a couple. So Paddy Pimblett at the weigh-ins yesterday says, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out tomorrow. And I was like, that's interesting. And he never abandoned that game plan. Even when, he got dropped a couple times, I kept waiting for him. I'm like, he's eventually going to have to shoot and try to submit him. Now, I didn't know Paddy Pimblett had a chin like that till tonight. And, absolute dogfight in a war, and much respect to both guys.
We haven't seen Justin yet, so we don't know what his status is physically. But, I mean, is the interim, is the unification fight have to be next? Or is there a case if he's hurt and needs to be out for a while?
Apparently he's 100%. So we sent Paddy Pimblett straight to the hospital, and then we're going to send Gaethje too. And Gaethje's like, believe me, I've been in plenty of wars. I'm good. So as far as we know right now, he's healthy.
He couldn't even beat the British guy in a ring contest.
Teddy Atlas took a completely different approach by talking about control instead of just violence. He insisted Justin Gaethje had to box smart, keep moving sideways, and work different angles instead of standing right in front of Paddy Pimblett like a statue. At the same time, Teddy gave props to how much Paddy had grown recently.
Do it to Michael Chandler. He's taken on the highlight, Justin Gaethje. 26 wins, 5 losses, 20 KOs. The dude fucking KOs people. Early on, he'd calf kick the fuck out of people. He'd calf kick people where they couldn't take it anymore. He had many TKOs from calf kicks alone. The guy is just a dense fucking ball of muscle, built for fighting, 37 years old now. He's crumpled people with his left hook. He's crumpled people with his right hand. Paddy Pimblett is going to have to be very careful throwing his flurries on Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje will sit down and rip a left hook, or sit down, drop his head, and launch a right hand. That's Justin Gaethje's ways to win. He could KO Paddy.
According to Teddy Atlas, Paddy Pimblett appeared physically stronger, mentally calmer, and way more comfortable with who he was as a fighter. He praised the improvements in Paddy's striking skills, but still worried that Paddy's habit of trading shots when he didn't need to might backfire badly against someone as dangerous and disciplined as Justin Gaethje.
I'd love to see fucking Justin Gaethje with the title around his waist. He earned it. Justin Gaethje's fought all these fucking monsters his whole goddamn career. Edson Barbosa, Donald Cerrone, Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier, Khabib, Michael Chandler, Charles Oliveira, Fiziev twice, Dustin Poirier again, Max Holloway. Like, holy shit. He's fought the elite. So I'd love to see Justin Gaethje get it done. If I had to put, fuck, this is hard. If someone gave me $10,000 to bet with, and they said, hey, put it on who you think's gonna win. God. I'm gonna say 60-40. 60-40, 40% chance that Justin Gaethje knocks Paddy Pimblett out, hits him on his chin when Paddy Pimblett's flurrying, hits him right on his hits him right on the Scouser chin, bunk, gets dropped. 40% chance, I think. 60% chance this fight, Justin's not able to find him. It's a little bit, it's like a spastic, weird style. He's not able to find his chin. If Paddy Pimblett puts him on his back, it's going to be a long night for Justin Gaethje.
Since younger fighters with momentum tend to get stronger late in fights, Teddy gave Paddy Pimblett the narrow advantage. This wasn't because Justin Gaethje was declining, but because Paddy seemed to have more ways to adapt when things got crazy, even though every exchange still carried serious knockout potential.
Younger, will youth be served with Pimblett? Maybe. Gaethje, experience, good striker. He's well-rounded everywhere, but he's got to use the assets of a smaller guy. We've seen it, where you got to box, you got to use your legs, you got to set traps. He's got the capability of doing that. Outmaneuver, outflank Pimblett. Pimblett, let me tell you, he has improved a lot over the last 2 years. He really has, bud. He has gotten better. he's got more. You could see he's come into his own. Confidence-wise, physically, he's in great shape. They usually all are. But he's improved. His striking has improved. He's a good wrestler, grappler. But he loves to strike. That's what's going to make this fight really interesting and good. They're both going to strike. I mean, for the most part, they're both going to strike.
Max Holloway simplified everything by zeroing in on who could take more punishment. He explained that if Paddy Pimblett could eat Justin Gaethje's power shots without crumbling, then the whole fight could flip dramatically with one hurt moment, one scramble, or one sudden position change that rewrites the script completely.
I think youth might be served here, but I would go with the over on this because I think the over-under is like
2.5 rounds.
How many?
2.5 rounds over minus 115.
All right, listen. Again, we have a pretty good record here, but, you know, I mess up once in a while. Yeah, I do. That's why it's gambling. But I like the over. I mean, if Gaethje fights the perfect fight, you never know. You never know. But I know who the judges are probably favoring. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. It shouldn't be anything about that. It should just be about what goes on in the cage or in the ring. But I can't help myself but think about things that I see. So maybe, you know, Gaethje would really have to do a job, I think, to get it, which he could. But I think I probably favor Pimblett a little bit. But at the end of the day, if I had to put my bucks down.
But Max Holloway also emphasized that Justin Gaethje only needed one perfect shot to destroy rhythm, confidence, and momentum entirely. His strikes consistently cause damage on contact, which means extended stand-up battles become incredibly risky for anyone brave enough to trade with him for long periods.
And with Paddy, because if he can eat it, I can see Paddy catching Gaethje and maybe almost like a Oliveira fight, you know, catch Gaethje, hurt Gaethje wobble, and then, you know, get to Gaethje's back or something, maybe subble. You know what I mean? Like, Paddy is very well rounded. You know, he out wrestled wrestlers, he out grappled grapplers. He stands with you. You know, he doesn't care. He throws. You know, everybody be like his chin is in the air. He takes shots. Yeah, he takes shots and he still walk forward. How long will that last? We don't know. And that's the question I have to this fight. Or what his reaction is going to be when Justin Gaethje catches him. Because Justin Gaethje punched like a truck. He kicks like a...
Morales saw this as a genuine 50-50 fight with zero gray area. Either Justin Gaethje would systematically break Paddy Pimblett through relentless damage, or Paddy would weather the storm long enough to turn it into his kind of fight. That complete uncertainty was precisely what made this matchup so fascinating to watch.
For me, this is a flip-up, bro. I'm not surprised if any of these guys win, because I can see two clear paths to these guys winning. I can see Gaethje catching Paddy, you know, putting him down, finishing him. Then I can see Pimblett catching Paddy, Pimblett catching Gaethje, maybe knock him out or hurt him enough to where he can get a submission. You know, I think so. Paramount, the UFC did a really great really great job of putting this first Paramount card together. From the main card, the first main card fight, to the main event is sick. It's going to be action-packed, and you fans are going to love it. You know, the new fans are going to love it. I mean, Gaethje is just violence. Paddy Pimblett doesn't run away from violence. It's going to be a fun fight. Like I said, I don't know who to choose. I'm not choosing no one. I see both guys. I think this is a coin flip. I think whoever can endure the more damage is going to win this one.
Demetrius Johnson focused on Paddy Pimblett staying creative and forcing wrestling situations, since Justin's aggressive scrambling sometimes created tiny positional mistakes. Those split-second opportunities were exactly where submissions could materialize when timing and skill came together perfectly.
That being said, let me get to the keys of victory for both these guys. When you look at Paddy Pimblett, the keys of victory for Paddy Pimblett has got to be dynamic. We're starting to see Paddy Pimblett become more comfortable inside the octagon. So the key victory number one for Paddy Pimblett is be dynamic, meaning that if Justin Gaethje puts you against the cage, don't be scared to do a flying triangle. If Justin Gaethje tries to go for a dump, go for a Kimura, because 9 out of 10 times when he does that, he's able to turn it into something that favors him in the fight. Key tip number 2, grapple, grapple, grapple. You know, when you look at Justin Gaethje's past fight, when people grapple him that have a good grappling ability, he seems to have hard times with grapplers, where people, you know, when people drop him, Charles Oliveira dropped him, he crossed the void, jumped on him, got his back, submitted him with a rear naked choke. You look when you fight Habib took him down, passed his guard, mounted him, got a triangle from top and rolled to his back. Now I feel like Paddy Pimblett has that grappling ability that can oppose some problems to Justin Gaethje, but
Demetrius Johnson tackled the competition level debate without disrespecting Paddy's abilities. He pointed out that once fighters hit the mat and positions get locked up, reputations become meaningless. At that point, pure technique, balance, and timing determine everything, not name recognition or strength of schedule.
Thought he got the better of. This was a great scrap. I have no idea how Paddy Pimblett did not get flatline KO'd on about 50 different occasions. If he lost, yes, he did lose. And if he lost any stock from this, the one saving grace is that he's been saying for a long time, we don't get knocked out, lad. And that would be the worst thing to happen to him. If he got KO'd in one of these fights badly, that would just be his ridicule forever. What happened to Scousers don't get knocked out, and it'd just be images of Paddy Pimblett out cold. I have no idea how he didn't get flatlined in this fight. Justin Gaethje was cracking him with so many overhand rights. And the worst part was, it's not even like you were understanding why he took the shot so well. Oh, he was rolling with that one. Oh, he tucked into that one a little bit. He saw it coming. I could see the shots coming. I was wincing while Gaethje was loading up because you could see Pimblett leaving exchanges with his chin up in the air and just getting his whole jaw span. And somehow he's still in the fight and throwing back. Absolutely crazy fight. Need to win, but I am going to bring up the fouls. Gaethje fought very fucking dirty in this fight. A lot of eye pokes. A groin shot as well. I think Paddy Pimblett had a groin shot that he landed too. But that was towards the end of the fight where it was just an absolute mess of a scrap between the two of them. But Gaethje landed some really, really bad eye pokes on him. But it doesn't matter. Because the result is the result. Pimblett gets beaten over.
Given their recent activity levels, Demetrius favored Paddy Pimblett because his lighter fight schedule meant better recovery and sharper performances. Volk agreed with this assessment, viewing the fight as more about development than rankings, cautiously picking Paddy while admitting this wouldn't be a walk in the park.
Justin Big Rufus Gaethje puts on a very destructive performance against Paddy Pimblett. Kind of sloppy. Little bit of a street beefs masterclass, if that's the word that you want to use to describe these two. Just standing in the pocket, swinging, trading, falling all over each other. There was some goofy takedown attempts and scrambles. But what it came down to is, like I said in the prediction video, Paddy Pimblett at that long range was landing some nice calf kicks. His jab was working quite well against him. We knew that Justin Gaethje, when he defends, ducks down into strikes, and Paddy Pimblett was able to land some nice knees up the middle, some nice head kicks. There was a couple of fouls back and forth that we'll talk about in this fight as well, but mostly it came down to, at range, Paddy Pimblett could do well, and he was kind of trying to force maybe a bad exchange out of Justin Gaethje where he could get some grappling going, but really didn't go for the takedowns in this fight. He's not really a guy that will shoot a takedown and wrestle.
Building on his previous analysis, Bedtime MMA painted this as an absolute war between complete opposites. Meanwhile, respected voices like Dan Hardy and Bilal Muhammad backed Justin Gaethje, highlighting his proven ability to defend against standard submissions, his preference for wearing opponents down through striking instead of wrestling, and the fact that extended stand-up battles historically suited Justin's patient, powerful, and composed fighting style.
But at the end of the day, like, watching this fight, you do kind of just have to laugh to yourself because they're fighting tooth and fucking nail. They're scrapping for the honor of getting slimed out by fucking Ilia Topuria. Like, we already knew that before this fight, but nothing in this fight has convinced me otherwise that Ilia does not KO both these guys in like 2 rounds flat. I know that's not a hot take or unpopular opinion, but yeah, Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett, they went out there, they had a crazy brawl. Ilia's probably gonna get on. This was like two drunk dogs fighting for the bone. You know what I mean? That's how Ilia would describe it, but it was entertaining.